Various public health experts have weighed in on the response from various countries around the discovery of the Omicron variant. Let's continue getting you more perspective now, bringing our next guest. Dr Angelique Coetzee is the chair of the South African Medical Association and joins us now via our video link. Doc, always great getting your insights. Thanks very much indeed for making time. You have pushed back strongly against some of these countries imposing travel bans so hastily. Tell us why.
Yes, good morning. And I want to echo what my Vice Chair said just now, and we are of the same opinion. So you cannot impose such restrictions hastily after scientists did due diligence and report what they have seen. At least South Africa is transparent in what we are seeing. And so the moment when our scientists told the world there that they have seen a new variant with more or less 30 mutations, 30 to 50, they don't really know what it means, whether it will mean something going forward. They were clear about that. Immediately, it is like a knee-jerk reaction. We have been put on the red list nearly across the world. I need to say, no one can say that it started in South Africa. There's speculations that it came from Botswana. But if you look at the current data coming from the rest of Europe, they are also seeing it in Europe. And my suspicion is because our scientists are very alert and doing a lot of sequencing in the background, that maybe those European countries missed it because of the symptoms. The symptoms is not the same than Delta. It's very similar to Beta. And you can easily miss the symptoms. And I think what happened with us in South Africa as clinicians, the fact is that we have nearly seen virtually maybe 1 or 2 patients per week the past 8 to 10 weeks on COVID-19 related symptoms. And when we all of a sudden saw people coming in, young people, especially men, complaining of this extreme fatigue and body ache and pain with headaches, a bit of a scratchy throat, we then started to test again, and we found it positive. And we, as I've said, we alerted the advisory council and said, listen, there's new symptoms, and it's not Delta. So we were lucky that we had a break in between and saw the new symptoms. But now, we are being the villains. It's not right. It should never happen like that. And if the world wants transparency, they would need to deal much better with this type of data that's being made available.
You say the symptoms appear to be similar to that of the Beta variant. Are you able to tell us a bit more about their severity, at least from your vantage point?
Okay, so I have also consulted with other general practitioners in the Pretoria Midrand region, and we all more or less see the same. It's very, very mild symptoms. As I've said, that body aches and pains, extreme tiredness with a bit of a scratchy throat, no loss of smell or taste, no oxygen levels dropping at this stage. We are seeing extremely mild cases, easily treated at home. I'm not aware of any of the GPs that I've spoke to with this past 24 hours who had admitted one patient, not even me. We haven't admitted them. And if you look at the stats, in Gauteng, there's only 2,629 out of 10,000 cases that's been reported. Yes, the whole picture might change going forward. But for now, I think it's important to know that there's a new variant. You need to alert the public to what the symptoms are. But it's not to impose travel restrictions on South Africa, as if, again, we are the bad people in the world. If the rest of the world want no new variants to be developed or evolving, they have to start with a project where they vaccinate Africa, because that's where it's going to start. And we have said it before. We have said that new variants will come from Africa, especially HIV patients, unvaccinated. That's not new. And we have said that we are going to see a fourth wave. It's not new. And we are still saying to the people out there in the country of South Africa, please get vaccinated. We will only know in about 2 or 3 weeks from now on whether the vaccinated people are being kept out of hospital. For now, we do see infections in the vaccinated people, again, extremely mild, but the picture might change.
Right. What's your response, Dr. Coetzee, to governments that are saying, the last time we were here, we came under fire for not responding quick enough when new variants were emerging. Now that we are, we're still coming under fire. It almost seems that they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. What's your response to that kind of retort?
I think what we need to do, one needs to, because this is something I have noticed, everyone is going on about the science behind the variants, and very little is ever communicated around the symptoms. So if you as a country wants to protect your own people, look at what is happening, alert your people, say there might be possibility of this going forward. But there's no ways that you can just have this type of knee-jerk reaction and say, now you are safe. You're never going to be safe. I can promise you that if you look at, especially the UK, they've got a high number of cases. Look at Netherlands. Their index of cases are extremely high. And I'm telling you, they have already been seeing this variant without them knowing it. And now you want to impose restrictions. I would rather do it differently. I would sit with the countries. I will say, look at the clinical picture, look at the science, and see how many people are affected. And then say, what can we do? What is the stats on the vaccinated people versus non-vaccinated people? But to do it the way that you are doing, that has been done to South Africa, is totally unacceptable. I cannot, I'm sorry, there's no ways that I can go with it.
There is a lot of reaction to what the international community has done in response to Omicron. There's anticipation to what we here at home are going to do in response to the mutation itself. If history is anything to go by, the president is going to speak soon. Speculation already that soon might be tonight. There's been no official confirmation. But as far as you're concerned, if the answer is not a lockdown, really, because of the economic fallout, what should the president say the moment he speaks?
Restrictions on mass gatherings. That's where it started, and that's what you need to stop. The raves, I'm sorry, I know that the young people want to rave, but you can go and rave after you have been vaccinated and make sure that the whole rave group is being vaccinated. Otherwise, that should not happen. We need to be strict on that. We know December is going to come. People are going to gather again. So get vaccinated and stop mass gatherings. That's where I would start, and all these messages out there that, you're going to die if you get vaccinated in 3 years from now on, or I don't know, I have now started to block people on my cell phone, sending me these horrible messages and telling me how bad I am for being advocating for people to be vaccinated. I don't need that, and the country doesn't need that. So either you get vaccinated or you take the responsibility of getting your variant diseases and see what happens. But we need to make a stance, and you need to take responsibility. Each and every person out there in the Republic of South Africa need to start taking responsibility. It's not only government's responsibility, but it's you, first to yourself, then to your loved ones, then to the people around you. And I think that should be very, very clear going forward.
Dr. Angelique Coetzee, always great getting your insights on these issues. Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Really do appreciate it. Dr. Coetzee is the chair of the South African Medical Association. Thanks very much indeed.